Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening we have Miss Daniela Griffith, who is attempting to explore the possible outside the realms or the reaches of the ordinary.
So, what Danielle is currently doing at the moment, I like to think it's the morning. She's kind of starting to organize her room completely. Right at the first thing in the morning, and she kind of has her notebook draped around, and she's kind of cleaning up her old clothes that have been strewn about, some of the wrapping paper for food, throwing it in the dumps, throwing it in the recycling, and trying to get her life back in order. She's been kind of chaotic and bewildered, especially more so since her derangement has been getting worse. So she has a whole board on her wall that has all these sticky notes, and they're organized, and they've kind of been she's organizing them into specific patterns. She's kind of done some rearranging in her room, and there's now kind of a corner for her to kind of softly meditate into. She kind of has this lighting set up that kind of she feels lets her visualize, helps her to visualize things and stay focused. And after a few hours of that, she gets comfortable. She puts on her coat, which has symbols drawn in on the inner part of her hoodie. And she is preparing to do an observance or ritual to see into the world of spirits that are around her.
Mm-hmm. Make those dice rolls.
Yep. So she is meditating to do this. So first, roll some intelligence meditation or perception meditation.
As a focus?
Yes, as a focus.
It would be intelligence meditation.
Okay. Difficulty 6.
I think it might be stamina meditation, but then I changed my mind.
Okay. difficulty 6?
Yep.
So I got 3 successes, so that'll reduce the
Knock
ritual
the difficulty down.
3. So I'm going to be doing Spirit 1, Correspondence 1.
Okay.
So she can kind of have a 3, but mainly to one effect to basically have a 360 dimensional view, and to Spirit 1 to kind of be able to see in the world of the spirits and kind of bridge the two realities together. So we'll get started. So that's 1 success. 2 more successes. And we'll do 1 last roll because their stamina is 3. So 5 successes total. So I guess that would be a total duration of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she closes her eyes for what seems like, for her, maybe unknown. It's kind of strange when you kind of go into a meditative space. She kind of focuses on her own neurons and her very consciousness. And she thinks about the things that Belloc told her and the things she's also learned on her own as well. And is almost trying to see the spirit world without her eyes, and she's trying to see with her mind.
Mm-hmm. Everything will take on a vaguely greenish tinge as you cast your eyes to the other side of the umbra, breaking through the gauntlet, as it were, in order to observe the other world. And you will, outside, a question, are you doing this in a room with a window?
Yes.
Okay.
This probably is
outside, there is no sky. There are no clouds. There's merely a swirling miasma, almost like a whirlpool that appears to be whipping upwards into oblivion.
Whoa. Okay. She will start taking out her notebook, and she will begin to draw and catalog what she sees.
Cool. There are a number of tiny entities around you. A number of tiny spiders crawl all over the technology, enabling it to continue its function. A number of bright, sprite-like entities around the lights, clearly aiding them in their shine.
Interesting. She's gonna kind of catalog them and watch what they do. And when they're about to kind of like do something interesting, like create something or have an effect, she kind of wants to time it with trying to turn on one of her other sights very quickly to see if she can see if there's any interaction between the spirit world and the physical. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Right, so as you see some of the sprites interact with the light, if you want to turn... Do you have forces?
Yes, I do have forces 1. I have all the spheres level 1, for the record.
Okay, if you'd like to turn on forces sight.
Right, so she'll kind of double tap the side of her head, and she'll try to visualize what she wants to see. 2 successes.
Okay. Once again, these are Evan's interpretations of things, so these will all vary. No. You see them buzz around the light, but it appears as though they do not directly interact with the physical. It is more so they are there as the representation of the physical.
Interesting. Okay, so she notes that down. I guess she'll start to begin to go around the whole house. She'll check out her room and kind of go from within her room and then just start spreading herself out towards the rest of her home.
There's nothing. I mean, you see these tiny entities that attach themselves to everything physical, attach themselves to every appliance, to every electrical socket. They appear to be, once again, the direct manifestation of the thing in its action. You see, if you have a potted plant, for example, the plant itself has a small figure that might sit on the bowl, that might sit on the pot that it sits in, or might sit among the flowers. These are the spiritual representations of the physical object. But you theorize that one is just as important as the other, even though they do not directly interact with each other because they are one another. One is just a mirror for the other.
Huh. All right. Well, that actually helps Adam figure things out too. So what she'll do is she'll begin to catalog and draw these variants into mostly simple sketches, not trying to go for too much detail since there's so many around her. She'll kind of think for a moment and, scratch her chin. And she'll kind of look around. Is there anyone else in the house right now?
No.
Okay. So she'll kind of go up to, let's say, that potted plant spirit.
It's a potted rose plant that your mother keeps in the kitchen. It's going to be sitting amid the petals of the largest bloom.
And she'll kind of walk up to it and say, "Can you hear me?"
Doesn't seem to respond. Just sits there.
Does it look thirsty?
It's very difficult to tell. It has humanoid-ish features, but it also has plant-like features. Its eyes are closed, and it seems rather content.
Okay. I'm gonna go and take some water from the. Just give it a little bit of water, purified better water for it to kind of nibble on and just kind of see what happens.
Okay. You'll see its eyes open as the water is poured in, and you'd almost swear it sighed, almost with contentment, before it'll close its eyes again.
Does it say at any point, does she hear it say anything at all to any other entities around the?
Not really. You hear you don't really hear them say anything. They don't speak to one another, or perhaps it's because they have no reason to speak to one another. Maybe speaking is only required when there is a problem in order to circumvent it, but everything appears to be running in harmony in order to do its general purpose or its task.
In that case, she'll try something else. She'll go to the toaster, and she'll take out some bread, see the spirits between them, and then start to toast the bread and turn on the toaster.
Okay. As the device flicks to life, you will see the spirit that is occupying the space of the toaster, which has the same steely metal appearance as the toaster itself. It will start to visibly change color until it becomes a fiery, fiery red.
The whole toaster?
No, just the spirit.
Huh. But they don't talk to each other?
No.
So she does that, and I guess she eats the toast. She actually looks down at herself. Are there spirits that are tied to her?
Not tied to you, no. But you can see your own aura. You see that you glow.
Well, that's actually pretty nifty. Well, she'll
I
decide.
mean, when you say attached to you, if you're carrying a mobile phone, there will be a small pattern spider that basically sits on your phone.
And I'm guessing if I start working, like doing things on my phone, it'll start doing things itself as well.
Yes, it'll go through your finger as if your finger wasn't there to any button you touch incredibly quickly, as if it's also typing with you.
Huh. She's going to type almost. She's going to take the stylus out on the phone, go to one of the drawing programs, and she's going to stop because she realized that might not be that good of an idea. So she'll actually instead start exploring the rest of the house. If there's nothing fairly interesting to see on the inside of her house, this is when she'll start venturing outside.
Okay.
You will
leave the house.
And after that final point, she'll head outside. Sorry to interrupt. Either, bud.
It's fine. The other thing once again, there are much smaller spirits spread all around the house, like spirits of nature, spirits of the plants, etc. However, you'll also see this entity, which looks much more humanoid and much larger than the others. As in, it's about 7 foot tall. It's slightly taller than you are.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's standing in the road.
Standing in the road. The driveway, I'm assuming? Or on the road next to the house?
On the road next to the house.
Okay. She'll look left and right. And she'll kind of...
A car will pass straight through it as if it wasn't there.
She'll walk down the steps of her house, look up at the sky for a brief moment to kind of observe. I'm guessing that's Oblivion.
No, I just always pictured the sky of the Umber being like that.
Fair enough. So I walk over to the curb, look left and right to see if
also, it doesn't necessarily spiral into Oblivion. That's wrong. It just looks like a swirling kaleidoscope of colors.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, that's what I figured it would look like too. I look to this entity and I almost kind of wave to see if it sees me.
Its head will turn.
First of all, is there anyone around? Is there anyone that I can see?
No, not on the street. What kind of house does Daniel's parent do they occupy?
I would say they live in kind of a slightly upper middle class kind of neighborhood.
But they live in a residential area, yes?
Basically, yeah. They live in a residential area. Houses are not super close together, but they're not far apart either.
Yeah, no, there's no one really around at this time of the early morning. No, actually, no, it's not early morning. It's about 10 o'clock in the afternoon. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. So people have gone to work. It's not the very early morning when no one would be around, essentially.
Okay. So what's someone like yourself doing here?
It blinks.
She kind of squints her eyes. Can you hear me?
Blink, blink.
She's trying to. She kind of puts her hand over her mouth as if she's trying to think. She instead tries to almost project her thoughts outward through her hands and tries to almost, instead of just waving her hand, she's going to try and put more intention into the waving to try and almost, because she remembers she has to kind of see through the gauntlet. Maybe she has to emote through the gauntlet as well in order for them to understand. So she's kind of putting more thought into the wave.
Its head will follow your hand.
Now, is it doing anything to the environment as far as I can tell, the spirit?
No.
Well, at this point, she'll just open up her book. Since she can't seem to be able to talk to it, she'll try to draw it as best as she can, since this is the most kind of vivid thing she's seen out of her whole little experience here. Do you want me to roll for that to try and draw the spirit in detail?
Yeah, I mean, do you have art?
Yes, I have art for digital matte paintings.
Cool. Yeah, in that case, roll me dexterity art.
Okay. Not the best artist, but I'm going to take extra time to reduce the rolls, to reduce the difficulty a little bit.
Cool.
What would you say the difficulty is if I take maybe 2 extra rounds worth of time?
Well, realistically, you're not going to be able to produce an entire. That's a round still only 6 seconds.
That's true. That's true. So I guess how long would each round be for extended rolls?
We're talking like 30 minutes.
Okay.
In order to do, because realistically, let's be fair. In order to actively draw something,
it takes around 2 hours or 3 hours if you're speed painting.
Mm-hmm. As you're doing that, it'll be interested in you for a little while before it'll kind of start. It won't walk out of sight, but it'll start to pad around the neighborhood. Walking around.
Well, she'll keep drawing, but if it goes completely out of sight, she'll just kind of start to be wary, but she'll kind of go along the same path that it's going. Kind of seeing what it's up to and just kind of observing what it's doing and trying to be respectful as much as possible.
You will notice it doesn't actually leave the neighborhood, like it doesn't actually leave your line of sight. However, just when you're have you made your rolls for your artwork?
Oh yeah, I should. So I'll take 2 extra rounds for it to reduce the diff.
You'll basically be drawing for about an hour.
Okay. So only 1 success, unfortunately, it looks like.
Oh well. So it vaguely resembles it, ish. However, you will notice just when you're about to finish, its head will cock up almost like an animal, at which point it will jump backwards. It'll take 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jumps, and then it'll jump backwards and it will jump onto the roof of one of the houses. Its eyes are very wide.
She kind of looks up towards it.
It's not looking at you.
Huh?
It's not looking at you.
She'll try to look where it's looking.
Okay. Give me a moment.
For the record, I have correspondence. I have the 360 vision, so I can focus my attention to.
I was going to say, you may actually, if you wouldn't mind clarifying something for me, because I can't remember. You cannot, at rank 1 spirit, you can see through the gauntlet, but can you extend your other senses through it? Or is that spirit speech too? I think it is.
If I want to actually touch things, like I can see, I can hear
things.
I think you can hear things. You can hear things and you can see things. You just can't necessarily smell it or touch it. Stuff. I think
Or be
maybe
touched by it.
you can't be unless they have the ability to manifest themselves and touch you.
That's very cool. I have to find a suitable picture.
So unless they have the charms to be able to touch you and reduce the gauntlet and stuff like that, they can't touch you either. But if you start touching them, then they can touch you because you're essentially kind of hybridy, changing that part of you into ephemera to interact with it. At least that's how I interpret it. They don't really go into too much detail on that. I looked everywhere.
Okay, I'm fine with that. There we go. You will see this flying in the air of the Umbra.
Woo! She'll look at that. How big is it, from what I can tell?
It's about, you'd guesstimate about 8 feet tall. The wings protrude from its back, but it is vaguely humanoid shaped. And it is very obviously mechanical.
Huh. Does it seem to be aiming or gunning for that other spirit?
It's not, you don't think it's a spirit.
Oh, I see. Ooh. Interesting. Okay.
You will see as it will extend its hand, and there will be a blast of what appears to be. Daniela has science, doesn't she?
I have science, yes.
Make me an intelligent science roll, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm not too bad at science.
Science.
2 successes, I think.
It looks to be some kind of laser beam from its wrist. Some kind of focused light weapon.
Shit, I kind of get out of open space and try to go where there's not a little bit under a tree, basically.
Okay.
Try to see what I'm trying to see.
Okay, cool. It will take the creature with a shot through its shoulder. It's still evidently alive, but it will fall from the roof, or the umbral representation of a roof, where it is standing. At which point the entity will land onto the ground, and it will take the creature by the hair, wrapping its hand around its head. It's wrapping its hand in its hair. And you've got correspondence set up, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. So you will hear it say, or you will hear a voice say in a grating metallic tone, "Target acquired. Returning to base. Copy that command." He will then quirk its head over and he'll say, "Possible reality deviant located. Requesting authorization to terminate." Understood. We will not engage. Returning to base immediately. Yes, sir. At which point it will make to leave. The creature still thrashing in its hands, or the spirit still thrashing in its hands.
Huh. This is a classic case of, do you get involved?
Oh dear.
Is it launching itself in the air? Basically,
No,
it's flying off, or is it?
It's physically dragging it.
Huh.
You'd assume, because you are sciencey and the like, you would assume perhaps its propulsion system is only calibrated to cope with its own weight, and the creature would overweigh it.
That would make a lot of sense. Interesting. So she'll check if any of the other spirits are reacting to this.
They are all very afraid. Like all the spirits that are normally doing their jobs have fled and are hiding. Are you looking at this thing through any sites other than matters, other than correspondence and spirit site?
Well, I got the Forces site lasting for 2 scenes because I got 2 successes.
Okay, so. Yeah. So, well, actually, I think 2 successes is the day, but not 2 scenes. But yes.
Well, if you're only putting it purely into duration, then
that's fair. Okay, you will see that it has a very powerful force shield of some kind around it. As a matter of fact, it had to drop a section of its shielding in order to carry the wounded creature, because otherwise it would be penetrating the shield, and you don't know what would happen. And with the correspondence side up, holy crap, it's warded out the yin yang.
Yeah, she's a little bit out of her depth here. So she'll kind of she's going to find any spirits that seem to be kind of, from what her uneducated perspective, seems to be some spirits that are affinity, like have a affinity towards it, because Bellic mentioned stuff about umbral broods and how they kind of coordinate into hierarchies. And this seems to be a pretty important spirit. She's going to try and see if she can find spirits of the lower, like underneath of the under hierarchy.
You would assume that this spirit may have had some kind. It may have been the spirit for the local area or for something in the local area.
She'll explore. She'll then kind of get out of the area a little bit because she doesn't want to. Right now, she's kind of in a neutral place socially with the mage world. So she'll like look sorrowingly at the spirit, kind of give it a gesture of goodwill, and she's gonna try and find out what that spirit has an affinity for, or like what spirit is what it might be tied to.
Do you have any spirit lore?
Well, I mean, Bellic started talking to Danielle about the spirits, and they've been in contact. I don't know if that earns me spirit 1 at all.
No, I gave him a ruling on that on his own blue booking.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have any lores, so I'm kind of.
I need to give you mage lore 1 at least.
Yeah, I probably have at least mage lore 1, but unfortunately, I don't have spirit lore.
Okay, cool. In that case, unfortunately, you would have no idea.
Spirit lore.
I beg your pardon?
This is the process of her trying to earn spirit lore, if possible.
That's fair. Bellic can teach you it. It just takes time.
Yeah, I would assume.
I wrote it to him on his blue booking, so whenever he deigns to tell you about it, that's his business. But yes, you would have no real idea where to look. You would assume if you went and showed the picture and maybe described it, somebody might be able to tell you what it was.
Fair enough. I guess she'll try. The best thing she can do is she's just gonna like kind of watch for markers and as she's walking through the city, draw her route through it so she doesn't get lost. And she's going to try and find anything that might have any kind of resemblance to the spirit that she just saw. See if it's tied to anything like a statue or a potted plant, or there's a house that has similar colors, or
you won't see that. What you will, however, see is more of those entities, more of those mechanical constructs moving around the city. They appear to be actively looking for things. Like, as in they're flying in search patterns and such.
Okay. She's going to find a higher spot. She's not going to climb on anybody's house, but she'll try to go a little bit uphill and try to see if she can get a more holistic perspective.
Okay. You'll find a hill in a park that gives you a vague overview of the surrounding area. What are you looking for exactly?
I guess I'm looking for doing my best to try and find what these mechanical drones are doing, what they're targeting, really. If I can see.
Okay, you saw one of the things they dragged away, but realistically, you get the impression as you see them operate that they're looking for something, that they're clearly looking for some things in particular. At a certain point, 1 or 2 of basically, you will be able to count them. You will count 7 in all. At one point, one of them disappears from the skyline and doesn't come back up, but it's quite far away. Like we're talking maybe 5 or 6 miles away.
And I'm probably only able to see that much breaching it because I have correspondence up. So once I have 2, I can extend it further. But for now, I have to work with what I got.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that was all I could tell you on the topic.
Okay. Well, at the moment, what she's going to do is she's going to try and find... She's going to try and draw as best of a picture she can. She's basically trying to work on the original picture she made.
Cool.
Drop better. Drop mo better.
Yeah, make your roll. Draw more better. That's how that works. Science.
Take extra time to lower the diff. That's better. 2 successes at least.
Awesome.
Or 3 maybe if I got the diff down to 4.
You got it down to 5.
Okay, fair enough. So how's the picture look now?
Much more akin to the creature in the sense that now if someone saw it, they could probably identify it.
Okay. Do I remember where... What's her name? Danielle's going to sift through her book and try to find the shamanistic woman with the handprint on her back.
Nightingale?
Nightingale. Does she remember where Nightingale is?
Not really. Your memory doesn't really. It's fuzzy. And that was also a very stressful situation.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Is Bella gone? Because that would be the next person she would go to. Talk and understand more about this. Let's see if Mitchell wants in. For now, in the meantime, she's going to, has there been any policy in regards, like, when, like, if Daniela talked to her parents and with her worsening state, has there been kind of any ground rules set or protocols as to, like, if it's dangerous, if they felt it was a bad idea if she were to go on her own to go on her own into places or anything like that, or if they wanted her to call them if she needed to go somewhere in the city or anything like that?
I beg your pardon, I didn't quite hear you.
Oh, that's okay. Has there been any kind of... Have her parents kind of left her alone with her dementia to figure out on her own? Or
well,
has there been...
How active do you want them to be?
I'd say it would make sense, at least for her mother, to be pretty active in her life. That's what I would think, because of her guilt, most likely. I would think. That's my input.
Then yes.
Okay. I guess I'll give her a call.
Okay. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. All right. Hi, Danielle.
Hey, Ma, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How are you?
Well, interesting morning. Just, I guess, outside taking some fresh air.
By the way, hi, Daniela. As you call on your phone, you know the little pattern spider?
Yeah?
You will see another pattern spider that doesn't look the or you think it's a pattern spider, but it appears to be. It appears when the phone connected to your mother, a black spider will appear that appears to be made from mechanical components and is basically beating off the other spider.
Huh. Hey, actually, listen, I'm going to be heading over to the library. I just wanted to let you know. I wanted to find something.
Oh, that's fine, dear. Do you want me to give you a lift home?
I think probably I might get lost in the city. But I need to. I think I want to be quick to head to the bus, so I'll chat with you in a bit. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Dinner will be at 8.
All right, cool. She hangs up and she looks at the spiders and what they're doing.
As you hang up the phone, the other spider will disappear, and the other one will retake its place.
She will note that down, and she will. For now she's just gonna have to note that down and keep it in mind for next time and figure out what the hell that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna find a bus to the closest route to the library.
Which library?
Um, I guess the one that's closest in the vicinity of her home.
All right. You're able to find the Rathmines Public Library.
Rathmines Public Library. Okay, and she will go there.
Cool.
Plotting her route on her book as she goes. I guess and logging the spirits that she sees along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I go inside the library.
It is a library.
I
Many
look.
of the,
Go ahead.
I was going to say many of the books also have spirits, but they appear to be very sleepy.
Fair enough. I try to go. I go to the front. I guess I go to one of the librarians or assistants that are there. And
There's one sitting behind a desk.
Okay.
She looks to be a woman who was still old when World War II was on.
Who knows? She could have the same problems I have. I walk up to her and I ask, "Hi there.
Good afternoon, young lady.
I was wondering, do you have anything on kind of local myths, legends, that kind of thing, or old history?"
Oh yes, old history and mythology are quite two separate things, dear. But yes, we have a section on Irish and Celtic mythology. It's on the second level, section B. The section on wider mythology is the next shelf over, and then there's the entire historical section, which is on the third floor, section 3.
And this will help me find information on kind of right here, like in this local neighborhood.
I would suppose so. I can't necessarily comment. I haven't read every book in the library, dear.
Well, just wanted to ask. Thanks, though.
By all means, please enjoy. Yes.
Oh, looks like Mitchell's game on coming in. So she'll kind of look in that old section of the library and try and find anything on, and just trying to see if she can't find any entries on, well, the spirit that she saw, the green spirit.
Not really. I mean, realistically, this place can tell you about Cuchulainn and, all of the Tuatha Dé Danann and all the famous Irish legends, but they don't really go into much detail.
Right. Fair enough.
Like, as in, there'd be no way that they would know what a spirit was in context,
Mm-hmm. Well, it was worth a shot, but hopefully Bella can shed some lights on these things. He was game. Seems he might be game to come in. In the meantime, I guess that's what she'll be trying to do. She'll, unfortunately, with not finding what she finds, she thanks the librarian and heads out and starts heading takes a bus ride to the kind of the foresty area where Bellic hangs out.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Bellic. No, Bellic. Are you enjoying your side, Evan, things?
I am, actually. I just hope you are.
I am the ST. I run things. That's what I do.
Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Don't worry about it.
I like little side stuff like this. Kind of.
Well, you've also kind of blundered onto one of my larger plots, so I'm kind of like,
Yeah, Mitchell said he'll be here in a few. So I guess in the meantime, let's...
I was going to say, in the meantime, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea.
Okay, sounds good. I'll get a soda. Yeah, we have a Mitchell.
What's up, Mitchell?
Not much.
I have something to say, and it might sound peculiar, but I want to say it on a live hangout. Mitchell, are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you.
I wish to comb your beard.
That is peculiar, and it needs it.
I mean, I'd see my universe is now fulfilled. There we go. I mean, yeah.
I mean, a beard that magnificent needs someone to comb it, you know?
I was going to say at some point my theory is that Mitchell is going to fight Radagast to the death to become the Brown Wizard. All right, so Daniela is going to seek out Bellic to talk about things and stuff.
Basically. I think that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm kind of walking through the trail that Bellic guided me through. I'm trying to remember the different signs and stuff, which it probably is almost impossible. Thankfully, I've noted some down in her notebook. So she is currently walking and making her way to Bellic. And before she went up, just to note, she has turned off her cell phone, wrapped it in like a lot of cloth and not fiber optic, what am I saying? A lot of thick clothes in her bag that are used as spares, and zipped up her backpack nice and tightly before getting any closer.
Wonderful, Bellic. You will hear the approach of a wild Daniela.
Come in.
Huh? Oh, there you are.
Typically, yes.
She'll walk on over, and she'll come in. What am I coming into exactly?
Okay, so if you've never seen a Gare, it's basically like a marshmallow with a domed top. It's a tent with solid sides, not solid, but they're rigid sides, formed by lattice work, and it has a solid door.
Huh.
But it is a freestanding tent.
She'll come inside and say, "This is really cool."
Thank you.
So, she goes through her notes. Bellic.
No,
First of all, how are you doing?
I am well, and yourself?
I'm good, but I've been noticing some strange happenings going on in the city, at least nearby here.
Well, we'll begin to make the tea. There's a small fire in the center of the room.
Okay, she'll kind of go to her through her Cintiq, which isn't connected to the internet. She remove the modem or the wireless connector, and she flips over to the picture that she drew of the spirits that she saw. It's not the best drawing, but she's getting better.
Okay.
She shows it to you and says, "I think I saw basically the Illuminati guys, the guys who wear metal suits.
Yes.
They seem to be in the shadow, and I saw one taking away a spirit like this, manhandling it and causing the other spirits to become afraid. I think it even saw."
If you'd like to, sorry, as you look at the picture, if you'd like to roll me Intelligence Spirit Lore difficulty 4, please.
I am currently pulling up my sheet so I can make that roll.
Okay, sounds good.
You're currently what? Sorry.
I didn't have my sheet up yet because I was lazy. I was going through like 5 other things, trying to get my stuff together because I had books that I had to open. My sheet is now up. Intelligence, spirit lore.
Difficulty 4.
That's right. Thanks. I think this is the right channel. 4 successes.
Okay. Bellic, what you're looking at here is a reasonable, it is a reasonable, not perfect facsimile drawing of every city has greater spirits that control, it's going to sound very odd, but they control the direction of the city. Essentially, they correspond directly to north, south, east, and west. They would be considered to be, from a werewolf perspective, greater jaglings, so incredibly powerful spirits.
Okay.
And basically, he is showing you a representation of one of them.
This is very bad.
I kind of figured they I heard the radio transmissions. It seemed to talk about capturing the entity, and there also seemed to be others flying above throughout the whole Umbra, and they seem to be looking for something in particular.
Other people in suits?
Yeah, in these drone mechanical suits out of a video game.
By the way, just a reminder for Daniella's player, if you want to be entirely cognizant, you can spend that willpower for the scene and just regain all of your facsimiles.
Would that willpower be lost for the Pride scene?
I beg your pardon?
Would that willpower be lost for when I fight Pride?
No, these are separate days.
All right. Since this is important, she will try and remain focused and spend a willpower point.
Okay. You will no longer have to act, dithering. You will remember everything with clarity. Continue.
Mm-hmm. There were these, they were in these mechanical suits, and they had they had these jetpacks and lasers, and they had these laser systems. They were flying and making patrol routes throughout the whole city. What's really weird is the one that captured this spirit said that there may be a possible reality deviant on site, and he was probably referring to me. And, well, they said, the individual said, Roger that, won't attack. I think
it was Roger that, don't terminate. I won't terminate, but yes.
Yeah, Roger that, don't terminate. So I don't know what their policy is exactly. Maybe they don't see me as a threat, or I don't know.
This is problematic.
Hi Bellic, and hi Mitchell. Since it's Bellic, I will automatically assume Bellic will have Spirit Sight on, because I don't think he ever takes it off.
Actually, I was going to talk to you. I haven't done it in the blue booking yet, but with the return of the Gare, he is going to try to lower the gauntlet around it soon, if he hasn't already, on a semi-permanent level.
Okay, that will require correspondence, but we can talk about that at a different point. Because you can lower the difficulty, but in order to make it a longer lasting effect, you could, in a specific given area, like if you wanted to create an area, a circular area around a given point, you just need to lock the effect with something else, but we'll discuss that later on. I have previously described the sky in the Umbra, because this is how I personally see it, as a swirling kaleidoscope of colors that almost looks like a whirlpool.
Mhm.
As you look outside, it is very gradually, and it'll take you a few moments looking at it to realize this, it is starting to slow down noticeably.
This is kind of freaked Belly out just a little bit. What about the nature of the spirit's area seems different?
I beg your pardon?
It's a bit hard to hear you, man. You sound kind of far away.
Sorry.
You mean, I was going to say, you mean Mitchell. I'm right next to my computer. But yes.
I meant Mitchell, yeah.
What about the behavior of the spirits in the area seems different?
In the area, at the moment, they've stopped. As if they're frozen.
Okay.
I'm seeing this too.
Yep, you're seeing this too.
Bellic will ask Yanodu, what is wrong?
What kind of spirit are you asking exactly? Because that will depend on the answer you get.
That is fair. The nearest spirit, whatsoever it happens to be.
You could probably ask the spirit of the fire that you're currently tending.
That's fair.
He would say, he's genuinely trying to think of how to verbalize. You can see his tiny fire-like face, almost in the same style as Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. He would say, we don't know where is anymore.
You have lost direction.
Yes. We are confused.
I don't understand the spirit, right?
No, Bellic is speaking in a very specific language, which kind of sounds like the way I've always described Udu and Enochian is, it sounds like the plates of the world grinding together.
But go ahead, Mitchell.
Bellic will start in English and turn back to Daniela. This is a very big problem. We have a few options.
Okay, what's happening?
One of the Tengri spirits, that governs direction is, well, and he points to the picture, missing. This is caused loss of direction with the spirit world, and with loss of direction comes confusion. The spirit world is confused, our world will follow suit very shortly thereafter.
That seems very... Why would the technocracy cause confusion? They probably don't even know what they're doing.
This is highly likely.
Actually, Mitchell, I'm gonna say your response to that would be actually no. It's very unlikely that they don't know what they're doing. They always seem to know what they're doing, even if what they're doing is very, very bad.
And
from
it's
your
always
experience,
very, very bad, yeah.
Yes, but from your experience, they always know what they're doing. So you would actually postulate this is something more of this is an intended result, if not a side effect, if not an anticipated side effect.
The way that information will be relayed to Daniela is they are very precise. Sometimes they overlook the consequences of their actions, but their actions are always very precise.
Do you think they've overlooked something, or do you think this is intentional?
The
Because
capture
if
is
it affects the physical world, that doesn't seem like something that they seem to not be a group that wants the physical world confused, from what I gather from their MO.
Both Bellic and Daniela, at this moment, a beam of purple light will shoot up in a northerly direction from you if you're like looking at a compass or if you have any way to tell if it is north, at which point the spirits will continue to go about their business as if nothing was wrong. It'll basically be like they just continue to move.
I look towards that area. Is that where I live?
Yes.
That's where I live.
it would be best if we did not sleep there tonight.
The fire spirit will look up at Bellic and he will say, "We have direction again. It is good."
Very well. Thank you. And Bellic will toss some dried tea into the flames. Thank you for its service.
Nom 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 nom.
So, what did the fire spirit say?
That everything is back to normal. This, I do not know how or why, but this concerns me greatly. I am well that things are back to normal, but it's
I mean, we could kind of at a distance check out the purple light, at least see what's going on around it, not at it, because I don't know if I'm ready to get involved in all this again.
we cannot get involved yet. First, something very important.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important.
She puts out her note. She brings out her notebook and gets her pen ready.
Bellic needs tattoo.
Right, tattoo. Did you get in touch with Sketch?
No, not yet.
You know what would be hilarious if we got Sketching on this? Is Torna here?
I was about to ask.
Torna. You gotta love scenes where it's just one player and then it expands. You gotta love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Bellic, as you are watching out the window, another brilliant shining light will come up to the east in the city. This one is, however, green.
Purple and green. And they're going
You
around
said-
the compass rose.
But basically, they are like as if a spotlight or a laser pointer was shining straight up.
Okay, this is really problematic then because they're trying to fix the directions of the city.
Are they trying to? Because you said they lost. They were getting confused in the real world too. Are they trying to direct what the spirits do?
It will not be far from realm of possibility.
That could have a whole lot of consequences.
Yeah.
What would one have to gain by doing that?
If, for example, directions were moved, landmarks could be moved, spirits could be moved.
Holy crap.
And keep in mind that the spirits that control these sort of things have underlings, and underlings spread information. among other things.
Also, Alec, what do you know about pattern spiders?
Pattern spiders. They are the little creepy crawlies that surround the computer things, no?
Yeah. I phoned my mom, and I don't remember this happening before, at least viewing it with my sights, but there was a black spider that came through the line, and it was trying to beat the pattern spider that was in my phone.
There will be no more telephone tonight, yes?
My phone is off in my bag, wrapped up in my clothes. So,
Bellic, you are still strangely convinced that phone, if you have a hammer, it might be a good idea.
Please take phone outside.
I have a feeling then. Damn it. I think she has backups.
Oh, it's a sketch!
Ugh.
I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. If you guys want to head over to Sketches Tattoo Shop, you can. I will have to put on what I will lovingly refer to as the worst Irish accent in history when I get back.
Okay.
But yes, I just have to go and get a drink, so I'll be back in a second.
I would.
Find my character sheet real quick.
I need a. So sketch. Did after the whole this is I'm assuming is taking place after the whole Deadly Sins fiasco, which would he have given Daniela?
Oh yeah,
Are you
yeah,
sure?
totally would. Would have given her a number, so like you could just text him, ring him, whatever. You know, then he would just send you the address where his tattoo shop is. No problem at all.
It's a pleasure to meet you, by the way.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too.
So I guess that we will lose the phone somewhere along the path.
Could probably take out the SD card first, so like she can
Yeah.
back it up later. I mean, she said it was fine afterwards, but no, I don't know. Could have infected it. I need. Damn it. So no phone for 6 months. Okay.
Bella could try to talk to it, but yes, he's not in the room yet. So the bad thing about playing a shaman is that so much of my magic relies on instant interaction.
Yeah.
Like I can do anything at all with spirit as long as I have supervision. I can toddler with all the construction paper in the world.
Yeah, I could ask. At the very least, when Evan comes back, we can ask about. You can ask the pattern spider what it saw.
I need more spirit lore. I don't have enough.
So, at least let's describe what the outside of Texas Sketch's shop looks like.
All right, you head down. You head down to one of the lower areas of Dublin. It is the north side. It is not a nice side of Dublin. It is run down. You're surprised by, you can tell this is a rough neighborhood. You see a small tattoo shop. It's kind of circular inland. It's called the Golden Needle. Around the area, you'd probably see various, bums and stuff like that. It's kind of you would make sense why Sketch would be here because, well, it's hard to find. And it's out of the way. Eventually, when you would come in, you probably see Sketch probably at the door. But I have to wait for Evan because he plays the NPC who runs the shop, essentially. But it's very run down, very out of the way, but very removed as well. But oddly, the shop looks very clean-ish. Sketch's side always looks very clean.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
So we'll deal with this pattern spider, and then we'll have fun with Bellic and Sketch and see how they do together.
Yeah. Should be entertaining.
That's why we do this.
Mm-hmm.
For entertainment and strange spiritual enlightenment. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
I promise I will get Daniela's mind fixed so she can become more useful. I actually found out how she can be super useful in combat, even as she is now. I can basically just counter magic all day.
That's cool.
Because I have all the spheres at one, I can counter any effect, basically. So that's good.
That is, in fact, how counter magic works.
That's awesome. I am also working on an angle for that, but we talked about that previously. I was talking about it.
I'm back now with a candy bar.
Hmm.
Ooh, yum.
So
Indeed.
before we head to Sketch's shop, we actually wanted to talk to the pattern spider on my phone before we start it.
Okay. Odds and ends, bric-a-brac, beep, beep, button.
Bellic will sing to it in Odoo because he promised the words of his songs, but they are not the words of his songs until after he is sung.
Mm-hmm.
And he will sing, "What troubles you?"
It will answer. Once again, it's very kind of clicking, almost binary-like style. Honestly, everyone thinks 327 that they can do my job 874, but only I can do my job 32879.
Who has tried to take your place?
Every time connection is made 827, it comes 8372 and attempts to usurp command functions 832. All the time, see 372, diverting process signal 827 away from intended direction, causing it to be able to be 328, tracked by multiple spectrum analysis 824.
This has been very helpful. Thank you very much. I appreciate your honesty.
Beep.
So what'd you learn?
There is another entity attempting to wrest control of what is called command functions.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to work with that. Damn it.
We can fix once this emergency is taken care of.
Yeah. I have some more things to learn, it seems. So let's go. Back at Sketch Shop.
Yeah.
I told you to bring out the fucking tannin fluid last fucking night, you dozy cunt.
Yeah, well, I'm in the middle of getting somebody, so will you relax? You know, he's just opened the door.
Honestly, the fucking cost to help these fucking days. Sorry, continue.
Daniela just kind of has a whole shit look on her face as she looks at Sketch and goes, hey, Sketch, this is Bellic. Bellic Sketch.
It's a pleasure
Hey.
to meet you.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, just let you guys in. All right. So, what do you need me for?
This will sound very peculiar, but I am told you are good with your tattoos. Yes?
Not. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
He will look around, and kind of fumble in his tracksuit for a wallet, and will pull out everything that's in there.
I'll
However
pull
much
out
that
my
happens.
wallet and help cover the cost, too.
Holy shit, who the fuck is Genghis Khan?
By this time,
Daniela will
thank you for
will
noticing
close
my
her
little-
mouth, trying not to laugh.
They're customers, man. Jesus, I'm making a deal here. You're cramping my style, Rusty. Jeez.
Right, whatever you say, Sketch, because Jesus Christ, I wouldn't want a horde of them coming down for me. No fucking sorry, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Whoa.
just go over there. Zzz.
This is my fucking shop. You're telling me where to go. Oh, there's tea.
Sketch, just take a breath. Right. Okay. So what do you guys need?
Could you, on here, and he points at his forearm, his left forearm, draw bow, arrow, spear, shield, sword.
Okay. Just nods. I could do that.
Anything that is not covered by what we hand you now, I will take care of personally later, in unique but not sexual ways.
That's good to. Yeah, that's good to know. Okay. Yeah. No. Cool. Right. Yeah. Okay. Do you point to Daniel? Do you need something too, or am I just doing him?
Just him.
Okay.
Do you stick poke or do you use machine?
I can do stick poke, but I can use machine too.
Stick poke preferred. Does not have to have great detail. Could I also trouble you to allow me one spiritual concession if it does not violate health concerns?
What's that?
Could I bless the ink in the way of my people once you put it in the cap?
I chose to point out, buddy, this place has failed every fucking health and safety warrant we've ever had. We're proud to continue to fail if you're willing to pay us money.
I like this man. I will buy him a drink later.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
But he will say that as he crushes one of the roaches, but that's neither here nor there.
yeah. No, I could do that. All right. Yeah. I mean, if you're paying, yeah, fuck it. Your body, man.
I'm glad we're all getting along.
Shrug. All right. All right. So set her down there, and I'll go and set up essentially. And you wander off into looking for various things. His own collection. He has all the personal Japanese style tattoo stuff as well. So he'll use his own personal equipment.
Once the ink comes out and is separated from the bottle, because he doesn't want to do this for a large amount.
Mhm.
But he will place his hands around the cup and, like, not touching it, but place his hands around it and breathe on it. Exhale, and he'll sing as he does so, like singing over the top of it.
It's a good thing I have the concentration merit.
I would like to consecrate this with prime. Is it 1 or 2?
I think it's 2 to consecrate, but yes, that's fine.
No, prime.
Okay.
You only need prime 1 to consecrate. If you want to actually enchant it, it's prime 2.
Excellent.
That can be done once it's on my skin.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make my Dex craft roll, and I'll spend a willpower as well, just so this all
Because
goes
you
nice
use
and
prime
smooth.
1 to consecrate your clothes so it can go into the Umbra and all that.
Okay.
Which next time we should do, so Daniela doesn't go into the Umbra all naked.
That's a fair point. I forgot that that's a thing that Bella had seen now.
We'll just say the dementia caused her to not exactly realize that she was naked.
Difficulty on this will be.
Spend a willpower. It's three successes then. I got with that craft roll.
I got 2 successes to consecrate the oil to myself. Not the oil, the ink. Sorry, I don't know where my mind is today.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, Sketch patiently sits there. Even as you're singing, he just seems in perfect concentration. He's tapping away.
Okay.
Who the fuck let the milk go off, Sketch, you dozy bastard?
Turn as he's tapping away. Rusty, I'm doing this, man. Easy. I know. Last I recall, you let the milk go off last time. Tap, 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 tap.
Oh shit, you're right.
Danielle just smiles out of the corner of her face.
On a side note, Rusty, new favorite NPC. Continue.
Rusty and Sketch Adventures. He'll just look up. So, can I ask what this is for?
Bellic will continue singing and kind of point to Daniela and like make a gesture for her to speak.
Well, she looks in if Rusty's around.
Sorry.
And she'll kind of just ask. She'll whisper to Sketch, "Is he?"
No. No.
No.
Give me 1 sec. Rusty, I need you to go down and get me something for a minute, will you? Take as long as you need.
Right, Sketch. I'll be off. Question, is Rusty anything on your sheet?
He's my ally, yeah?
Fuck off, Ally Dot.
Gotta go down to the shop, get some fucking milk.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no, we need some Jesus.
He will bimble out of the shop.
Sketch just turn. Now you're cool now.
Well, I'm not sure exactly 100% what Bellic wants to do, but seems like the technocracy is doing something with spirits around here. Direction spirits. Seems like they're trying to replace the ones that are already here and direct the spirits their own way. Not sure why Bellic needs a tattoo for whatever he's going to do, but I got something in mind.
All right, then. Say no more. He just kind of, intensifies his tattooing then, essentially.
Okay.
I'll make a second roll just to kind of make sure that it's pretty legit. I'll spend a willpower point again. Woo! Yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 successes as well to make sure like this thing is fucking nice and clear and concise.
I think it's fucking nice, yo.
So in total, that's 3. That's 8 successes tattoo wise. When he eventually lifts his hand away, he'll like lean back. That's it. Should be good. All clear and all that.
Thank you. You asked for a reason. I will explain. Come from one line of shaman. It's tradition to carry weapons with you wherever you go. This way, we are never caught unprepared.
Well, makes sense. Just nods. No, makes sense. He just nods to himself.
So what's the plan now, Bellic?
Now, we take out the found weapons. We go marching toward one of these lights very quietly. We see what we can see.
Okay.
Would you like to join us?
Sure. Fucking, you need someone to sneak? I'm your man. You need to stand up.
Good.
Well,
Very good.
very good, very good. I guess we should head out and head to one of those. Want to head to the one that's towards the east, or one where
As
my
you do
neighborhood
that,
is?
as you leave, you'll see the fact that there is now one punching into the sky that is yellow.
Which one's the closest?
Yellow, actually.
You guys want to go to yellow?
Yeah, that sounds good. Looks over at Bellic.
Yellow. Let's go to yellow.
Okay.
So how are you approaching this?
I'll try to be. I'll be behind us, since I have correspondence up. I can kind of make sure our back is always watched, and I'll try to basically make sure to cover you guys' behind and let you know if there's anything trying to see us or spot us or catch us.
I'll flank around. I'll flank around, use my arcane and all that, using that advantage.
Bellic is just speed walking, like he's having a good old time in his blue tracksuit, his sky blue tracksuit.
I love the fact he literally dresses like a Tuvan member of the Russian mob. I'm just saying, man. All right. Okay, kids. So, what you see when you see is this.
And this is in the material world?
Nope. This is in the Umbra.
Ah.
Can you
Hmm?
we'll look at the new edition. Can you see what we see?
I've spirit sighted yet, so yes, I can. I've spirit 2.
Wonderful. That is currently surrounded on 4 sides via these.
Oh.
She'll probably be sneaking with
They don't appear to be paying any attention to you whatsoever.
Gotcha. Yeah, these are the guys I was talking about. So what exactly are we trying to do here? Because I think you've seen me sketch. I'm not exactly
No. I know.
I can counter effects, but
I reckon
what's the goal
stealth.
here?
I reckon stealth is probably our best approach if we're taking it. We'll go over Belloc.
No.
Well, remember, even if we do find a way to disable it, they still have they've captured the spirit of direction.
Hmm.
I'm looking inside the beacon. Is there anything inside it?
Hi, Bellic. How are you?
I'm sad I asked that question, but I'm great.
Things you was not meant to be known.
Bellic. How to phrase this? You hear screaming in what you know is a Nokian coming from that thing, and the pounding of fists.
Okay.
So you got a pretty good idea what might be inside it?
Yeah. Super.
2 plus 2 equals not that.
2 plus 2 equals why God?
Bellic will say, stealth is good option. However, if we cannot disable these guardians quickly, we will need to rethink stealth plan. It's possible.
Just think and rub his chin.
You will see one of them hold out its hand in the Umbra, at which point a holographic image will appear in the palm of its hand.
Okay.
It really looks like a hologram see Star Wars kind of malarkey. Does anyone here other than Daniela have correspondence set up?
Nope.
In that case, only Daniela will be able to hear the conversation. I assume that you're going to translate for the people.
Yes, I will whisper it to Sketch and to Bellic if they're close to me.
We hear and we obey, Overseer. Okay, comes the voice from inside the suit. At which point you see this entity is the thing at the center of the hand. I believe Sketch has seen him before.
Yes,
I'm going to start making a rough sketch in my notebook, just a really rough sketch, but I continue to relay.
Commander Triton, we have apprehended 3 of the entities so far, yet the 4th continues to elude us. Your orders are to hold position here and protect the generator. I have ordered Commander Lucius and Commander Satanus to do the same. 3 generators will be sufficient. I will be transitioning in momentarily. Yes, Overseer. It will be as you command.
Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Take cover. Let's hide.
They will close the hand.
That's the fucking overseer guy.
This is what's the night lord.
What was
Let
that,
us-
Mitchell? You were like insanely quiet.
This is what's the night lord.
If he's on route, we don't have much time. And if he is going to be there, it's going to make being quiet a lot more difficult.
Well,
Well, should we like tell someone or just kind of stick around and see what happens as she transitions in?
He.
He. Oh, my bad.
we should leave. If they transition into this area, we should be in another area. We
Okay.
can move ourselves to one of the locations rather quickly, or they're not here. We might be able to aid in the escape of the fourth entity, as they call it, or the rescue of the other two.
All right, let's check out one of the other locations then.
Yeah.
All right, kids, I will point out at this moment in time, you will see the beacon behind you blaze incredibly brightly, at which point a shadow, and this is, I will point this out, this is where we're going to end our scene, kids. A shadow will fall over you from above as the three lines of the directional patterns converge in the center, and in a blinding flash of light, throwing shadow over you all, this will appear above you, blacking out much of the city.
Spaceship. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Awesome.
I got a lot of dreaming to do.
So, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin, and I will leave you with this. Dun 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 dun.
90s mage.
Dun 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 dun. Have a good one, y'all.